All right, guys. Hey, thanks for joining me on this beautiful evening. Holy cow, what a day today was. This morning, it was cold. Oh, it was cold and windy, but man, what a fantastic finish to the day. Got some more stuff in here, and I'm having fun. I'm sorry, but I'm having fun. We're going to have one of these videos once in a while. We're going to look at a quick stock tank, and then at a headlock or a chute assembly that we got in. We got a whole bunch more stuff in this week, and this is kind of fun. I'm enjoying this stuff. It's kind of a little passion, to help people out and solve their problems. And if you got a stock tank and you're sick and tired of them stupid Rubbermaid dual wall plastic stock tanks, there's not enough plastic up top to screw your float to very well. Then water gets between the walls, or they're always cracking. So then you got your cans of Flex Seal or your roofing tar, or you're screwing, with the tar, and you're screwing sheet metal down inside and tarring that up to stop the cracking. If you're tired of the just cheap Rubbermaid or them pop can thin tin steel tanks that, a bird flying a little too fast pokes a hole in the side because that galvanized metal is 92 gauge. I've seen notebook paper that was more heavy duty than these new galvanized stock tanks are. We got this puppy here. All right, look at that puppy. Nice, thick ledge, single wall, UV resistant, impact resistant, good for hot and cold weather, and just a nice heavy duty tub. And we'll build a skid for ours. We got one for ourselves. If you're going to sell it, you better use it. And we'll make a skid just like we had for that other one to move around with the ATV. They come with a nice brass drain plug already on there. And then, yeah, look at it. You can screw your float right to that. Plenty of material there, boy. That's a nice, beautiful stock tank. I don't know anybody else that can get that excited over a stock tank, but what a piece of work that is. And then the other thing that I really enjoyed is these mega flows. So he comes in here, comes right through the bottom. You hook your hose up here. When he opens up, so it's got a little float that floats in the water. When he opens up, it's full flow. Whatever you got for a hose, like we run a couple thousand feet of 1 inch out to the pasture, that full flow, whatever that hose can put out, puts through that. So your ability to keep a lot more cows watered with less tank is there. And so this one tank at 160 gallons will easily do our 30 cow-calf pairs this year. Plus, there'll be about 12, I think there's 12 heifer calves out there. So you have 40 cows and hopefully, with any luck, 30 calves. And this one tank will do all them animals because its refill rate is so fast. If you were just doing them little floats on top, 1 gallon a minute kind of refill rate, holy crap, you'd need all 3 of these tanks just to feed that same herd. But that mega flow valve, geez, what a wonderful combination right there for keeping animals hydrated and watered. Got a bunch of wire in and a whole bunch of other stuff. Well, we got more to talk about in other videos, but today, just what a wonderful team right here and right here to keep animals watered. And I really like that. You're going to laugh, but I really like that because the water comes out here and I usually point it down. And so it kind of jets across and kind of helps keep the tank somewhat clean. It works pretty good. So there you go, guys. Let's get over to that chute. Here we go. We got a heavy duty Lux with manual head gate. We're going to talk about him in a different video. We got head holders to go with the 2 chutes. We got a bundle of 5x8s, 6x8s, 4x10s, 4x10s. Most of it's sold. Very little of it will we be keeping. Them posts, man, I'll tell you what, after my last video, everybody and their brother came over to look at fence posts, and it's like flipping pancakes at a Lion's breakfast. I mean, these things are just hotcakes. You like that? There you go. So let's just talk about the heavy duty chute. You got to start somewhere. We just got it off the truck, so we'll get them washed up, greased up, and but we put this nice rock bed out here to keep stuff high and dry. People can walk around them and be half comfortable. Grandpa's old chute is wore out and you need your first chute, or you're moving from dairy to meat, whatever the scenario is, and you need a good chute, I recommend starting with this heavy duty. Price wise, you're not going to find anything on the market to compete with it, feature for feature, dollar for dollar. It's the same heavy duty chute that's on the all-in-one, so everything can be done from both sides, as far as the squeeze, as far as the door opening, to do neck work, vet work, all the sides on both sides. The rib cage opens up, the bottom opens up. For the calves, you got the nice rhino lining like in your truck bed with grit. You got grit down inside there. Scratch my hands up. And we always put a brisket bar in them. If you are adamant you don't want a brisket bar, that's on you. I always recommend a brisket bar in there, just because some cows like to go down up front. Whole side opens up. Beautiful, beautiful, smooth. Hear how smooth and quiet. Boy, everything's rounded. There's nothing, when the cow comes through, there's nothing for them to get hurt on. And I love our floor. I'll always talk about it in every video because I love our floor. It's a shaped floor, so it's open. So when you wash it, you wash right off. It's not a square tube welded to a flat piece of sheet metal, so it gives us more strength plus longer life, because if you put two pieces of metal together and paint over it, they'll still rust to each other. And everything's greasable. Spring automatic head gate, normal features that you can change, turn this dial, and you change the amount of opening. So sometimes maybe you got this where, you know, when it closes, it's set perfect. But if you really open this thing up, it might be a little too wide for the smaller animals, so you can fine tune it with the crank. You got the pin here to lock the headlock open for loading a truck. Everything is on both sides, like I said. Unlock the squeeze, and whoop, whoop, we're on a balance of rock there. Listen how, oh, that was nice. That is smooth, smooth. Look how narrow that gets. Let me shut this door so you can see how narrow this gets. Man, oh man. Nice slam latch pin. Look how narrow that gets. You're just over, you're 12, 13 inches narrowed down. Boy, you can work them small calves just fine. Get them small calves just fine. This chute comes with the guillotine gate. I usually tell people get rid of it. I'm sorry, but I tell guys just to get rid of it and put on a pelt cage. If you buy the chute, guys can build their own alleys. Guys can build their own corrals. That's fantastic. Save a lot of money there. Do a little sweat equity. Your vet is going to love you if you put a pelt cage on the back of your chute instead of bringing up your alley right to the back of the chute. Then the vet has to hop over a gate, or you got to unpin it and he's got to scoot inside there. With this, as the cows walk in, you can shut that behind it. You got a nice tab there, so they're caught. The cows can't back out now. Then you don't have to worry about that guillotine gate. This is a whole lot faster, whole lot safer, stronger, more consistent. Both doors do the same thing. And then we can come this way. Now your vet can just walk in, reach in here, work that calf, work that cow, do what you got to do. And we still got our lugs here to hook to our corral panels, or you can make your own panels when you're doing your own alley. You can simply weld some pipe on it that matches this pattern, and there you go. Boom, you're hooked right up to it. Man, what a fantastic system. And it just pins. There's a little bit of float there, so if you're slightly uneven, but honestly, if you're not making it portable, honestly, put some sand, put some rock, put some solid footing down with a timber under there, so everybody's on the nice same plane. If you do have to move it around, you got the fork loops up top. You just drive up. So if you got a couple farms, you got a couple corrals and an alley at each farm, let the two farms share the cost of this thing and just scoop it up, set it in your trailer, and run it up to the next farm, and then just drive it in and hook it up to that corral and work them there too. Boy, oh boy, what a nice spring loaded too, guys. Spring loaded. So when that cow, she's just having a bad day. Your cows aren't wild, but she's just having that bad day, and she comes through here a little hard and fast. There's that little bit of give. It ain't gonna keep her from getting hurt, because she ain't getting hurt, but it'll help add a little bit of life to the chute by not having to absorb it. You don't have to be so rigid. It can absorb that hit a little bit. What do you think of that? That's a beautiful, beautiful setup. Yeah, I like that. We've had ours. We've been using this chute now. Not this chute, but the heavy duty chute for what year are we? 6, 7 years we've been using that chute, and I don't regret one day. There's not one thing I would really bother changing. It works all day, every time we need it. It works how it's supposed to work. It just works. 7 years later, it's still working just fine. And so I'm very proud to sell these chutes. And honestly, if I didn't like them and if they didn't work, I wouldn't be selling them. And so there you go, guys. There's my sales video. And here in a few weeks, we'll go through that deluxe chute, because that is the creme de la creme. I love that little thing. And we'll have a few more accessories. I got a couple accessories that are going to change my life. They're so simple, $10 items that you're just like, oh, why didn't I think of that sooner? And so yeah, on that note, guys, hey, we'll see you next time.